Hello and welcome to 360 Gamercast episode 780 for, well, this will probably be out tomorrow. So Sunday, the 7th of June, 2026. I'm your host, Mark Webb, gamertag, Pearson ID, Steam ID, Webby, 360G. And joining me is...
Sensei Switch. I am here briefly.
I can't believe you're back. We have missed you.
Briefly back.
We have missed you.
That's good to know.
And I know, obviously...
I'm sure the audience hasn't.
Oh, they have for sure. What was I say? So obviously we have missed you. Obviously, you're not going to be on again for another few weeks, but obviously this is Saturday. So just so people are aware, if you're not in the Discord and don't read the chats, also doing another show recording tomorrow. So there's going to be 2 episodes this week. So we're recording on the Saturday, the 6th. So in this episode, we're going to be talking about the PlayStation Showcase and the Summer Game Fest. And then in tomorrow's recording, we're just going to be talking about the Xbox show. So we thought it'd be good because this is the only day that Sensei Switch could get on. So I thought, well, we'll do one with him because Darren hasn't been on for ages, and I know that he watches all the shows as well because we were in Discord chat for both of them. So that's all good, mate. So yeah, amazing. Dougster's actually put in the Twitch chat, the only reason I'm listening today is because Darren is here. So there you go, mate. You got a fan.
Oh wow, thank you.
And also a big shout out to Cutty, who's listening live on Twitch as well, and has said hello in the chat. Nice of you guys to join us. Cool. Right, so we're going to start with the PlayStation Showcase. I'm just going to put it out there now. The Summer Games Fest that we're going to be talking about after this was way better than the PlayStation Showcase.
Agree, yeah.
But we'll get into that when we talk about it. But I was quite shocked, actually, at how good the Summer Games Fest was. PlayStation Showcase did have some decent games on there, to be fair. But obviously those games that I think are decent are coming out on everything anyway. So the first game...
And we already knew about them. That was the slight difference. There was I think there might have been like maybe 2 or 3 sort of surprises at the PlayStation one where I think about 90 or 95% of the games at the Summer Games Festival like new announcements.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they did a really good job there.
Which is what E3 is usually good for. That's why you watch E3, for announcements, not like, here's the latest thing of the game you know's out in like 3 weeks' time or something.
Yeah, for sure. So the first game that they showed was Wolverine, which we already knew about anyway, Darren. That's been announced quite a while ago. They showed some more gameplay made by Insomniac Games, the makers of the Spider-Man franchise. Now, I know you've got thoughts on this. I just want to run through mine very quickly. First of all, I think the graphically looks really nice. Like, it looks like the PlayStation exclusive graphics always look really, really good. I'm not going to take that away from it. Visually, very, very good. But the problem that I have with it is a lot of the game looks to be, well, what they've shown is kind of on the rails cutscene type stuff, you know, where it tells you to press like R2 in the cutscene to do stuff. And the gameplay that they did actually show of you sneaking around, etc., just looked, I don't know if I'm being too down on it or judgy, I don't know, but it just looks like I've played this before. I had that exact same feeling. Even the big sort of set piece thing at the end of the trailer where he's like hopping on the trucks as they're going down. I'm like, I did this in Uncharted 2, like 10 plus years ago. Like, this isn't anything special. And
it didn't even have that magic that obviously it did from like Uncharted and stuff when it was doing all that kind of thing. I mean, Uncharted's just an example, but they have done that in multiple games where you're hopping from vehicle to vehicle that's moving along kind of thing.
Yeah, because if you go back, say, 10 years, like these sort of games are the sort of games that would have blown us away, you know, with those massive set pieces, the jumping from vehicle to vehicle, as you say, even driving.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with having a linear game, like where you're going from, like you're sort of being funneled, rather than it just being full open world, tons of collectibles and stuff. Like it's okay for games, but not every game has to do that.
Yeah, and it just seems like every PlayStation exclusive or plus Sony Studios games are just very similar in this aspect, and it's just got, I don't know, I just feel like it's gotten a bit boring now.
Well, it's said that all PlayStation Western exclusives are certainly similar in certain aspects, we'll say.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not really a huge fan of X-Men anyway. This isn't even called an X-Men game because it's set in another universe and there's no X-Men. It's called Team X. So taking men out of the name. And I think we can guess why that they've done that.
Well, I think I've heard that there is an actual X-Men game coming further down the line. Right. So I think they're setting this up as like a prequel.
Right.
For it.
It just looks like to me it's Spider-Man, but you're Wolverine instead of Spider-Man, and you're just using your long knivey claw things to just tear people apart instead of using your spider webs and that. So, because obviously it's using that same engine.
And to be weird, obviously, yeah. To be weird, I think Spider-Man's got more of a wide appeal because of the fact you're in a massive open world and your web swinging away through the environments and stuff. And obviously having collectibles and things to do in that open world is a good thing. Yeah. It's not going to translate particularly well to like Wolverine. So it will be interesting to find out how the game is actually structured, whether it's like level-based, chapter-based, etc. I think there is going to be some sort of hub that you go to. Right. And maybe a couple of areas of the game that maybe mooch around in and stuff. But yeah. I mean, I still quite remember the X-Men Origins game or whatever it was.
Yeah, that was
came out
good.
on the 360.
Yeah.
It was actually more violent than this one.
Wow.
As well, you actually had dismemberment and limb loss and stuff going on in that. Yeah. Whereas this only looked like you were impaling people and throwing them about.
Yeah. So yeah, not super. Well, I'm not excited for this at all, which is a shame. And obviously, it'd be interesting. Like when it finally does come out, I think it'll be interesting to see how well it sells. Because obviously,
I think it will do very well because it's Wolverine.
Yeah, but the thing is, Sony aren't releasing their games on PC anymore, so they're obviously going to lose some sales there. So it'd just be interesting to see how this does, because I don't know. I don't know if it's my algorithm or what on social media, but I just feel like the majority of things I've seen about this have been quite negative. You know, people saying, "Oh, it looks," you know, I've played this before, like kind of stuff that I've said. Just got that a bit, you know, not excited. So,
yeah. I mean, I would be more into it if it wasn't for a lot of the Western trappings that we get in a lot of games. So,
yeah.
The female characters, again, like another game we'll mention later on, they don't look great. And even if the models do look decent, they're not lit in a flattering way.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, yeah.
They look very average, very bland, nothing sticks out. It's very sort of milk toast, as some would say. I know one of the characters is already race swapped by an actress who keeps popping up in every fucking game at the moment by the seams of things.
Yeah.
And rumours I've heard about the game are all sort of coming true, and there is a bastardisation of an established character, if that is the case.
Yeah.
And for that, I'm kind of out.
Yeah.
And I figured this is where they were going because of, like, I could see the weird kind of left turn that Insomniac did with Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
So, yeah, I'm not really interested in this, to be fair, at all. Which again is surprising because it used to be all of the Sony exclusive studio games were the ones that were hitting it for me. Where I was just like, this is why I bought the console. You know how to push this to the best of its limits and stuff, and you know what to get out of it.
Yeah.
but unfortunately there just seems to be like this weird, I don't know, slow death of a lot of their first-party studios recently.
Yeah, strange, mate. It's really strange to see. I don't understand it, because they used to be the pinnacle. You know, I'd always just buy a PlayStation for their exclusive games as well. But now I'm kind of like, well, there's nothing that's, you know, interesting me, and it's just a weird state for Sony to be in my opinion, because they've always been so good at that. You know.
I mean, if I was a Sony exec, I'd be a bit sort of like worried, because like there's a report that their exclusives are actually selling a lot less now than they used to.
Yeah.
Like a lot less, like almost by half the amount.
Yeah.
I mean, I still don't know. I know I actually liked Ghost of Yotei. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I platinumed it. I still haven't bothered to go back to it for the multiplayer mode or whatever. But they sort of like recently cancelled any sort of future content for that, didn't they? And they've like pulled their people off it, which they did not do with the last game. So I'm still guessing it hasn't sold near like Tsushima numbers or anything.
Yeah, it's just weird. Like, I mean, I hate to see Sony in this state, because obviously they've been on the cutting edge of standout single player games, especially. But they seem to have pushed their model towards these always online games, which have all like just flopped massively. Look at Concord as a massive example. Probably it's the biggest flop ever in the history of video games. And then you look at Marathon as well, which, you know, hasn't been out that long, and they've got it on a free week at the moment, and the player numbers, at least on Steam, haven't picked up at all, even though the game is free for a week, which is just absolutely insane to see, because I would have thought that more people would have tried it out at least, but it doesn't seem to be the case. So there just seems to be no interest in a lot of their titles at the moment.
I mean, to be fair, I do sometimes like it when a big corporation gets a bit of an elbow to the face accidentally.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what are you doing? You need to sometimes be put in your place and be reminded of, like, you're in a business, you're supposed to be selling products that your customers will want.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Not necessarily making stuff that you want your customers to want, but actually producing stuff that your customers actually want.
Yeah.
It happened with Xbox, like,
big time,
about 4 or 5 years ago, and it's slowly gone over to thinking, like, being overconfident and stuff can be a big what's it. I mean, if you remember, it's an up and down market anyway. If you remember, obviously the PS3 on launch.
Oh yeah,
massively overpriced. They were riding super high off of the PS2 and that.
Yeah.
Probably thought they were untouchable, and they got humbled.
Yeah, big time, you know.
At the beginning of that generation.
Yeah, they only caught up right at the end of the generation as well.
Yeah.
They overtook Xbox.
I mean, they really caught up at the end, didn't they? Have a ton of really good games, like your Ni no Kuni, your Last of Us, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, so... Right, so we move on to the next game that...
Yeah, indeed.
Obviously, we already knew about this as well, but looks quite interesting anyway. Marvel Token Fighting Souls.
Yep.
I think this game looks good, man. I'm very intrigued by this. Obviously, it's a Marvel game, obviously by the title. So I don't really like the superhero type games, but this is a fighting game with some cool characters. I really like the art style of the trailer that they showed, that kind of anime style. But the actual gameplay, I think, looks pretty good as well. So, yeah, I think this looks cool, man.
Yeah, I'm going to be picking it up.
Nice.
To be fair, I mean, they've been doing like a semi-clever thing in getting people more interested by every couple of months or so. They're unveiling extra characters. There's like, I think, one team left to be showed off.
Right, nice.
Which I think people are sort of classing as like being the anti-hero team.
Ooh.
So they're going to be like not necessarily good guys, but not necessarily bad guys.
Yeah.
And it's all the speculation on who they will be.
Yeah.
But it was good call. Magneto, Green Goblin, which looks like he plays completely strange and weird, like flying around on this little hover thing, glider.
Yeah.
And who was the last one? Oh, Carnage.
Carnage, yeah. Excuse me.
Which is kind of interesting because usually always just get Venom if there's going to be any of them. So it changes things up a bit. It's almost like when they did the last reveal, like they revealed Black Panther, but it's the female Black Panther for some reason,
right?
Instead of like the usual one. So I guess they're trying to be slightly out of the box here and there with some of the characters.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to see, interestingly enough, turn up in this other lot, at least Punisher and maybe Blade, global characters in the next team. I mean, Ghost Rider's team, that is. Right. That would be cool. But we shall see.
Yeah, looks pretty cool. But again, it's a game that we already know about. The next game that they showed,
August, isn't it?
August the 6th, yeah.
Yeah.
Next game I didn't even know was coming. Rayman Legends Retold. It looks like it's a remake of the original Rayman game. Obviously by Ubisoft. I do enjoy a little bit of Rayman, so I thought this looked pretty cool, mate, to be honest.
He had been on a hiatus for quite some time.
Had it? Oh, I didn't even know it was being made, mate, unless I forgot.
No. The last Rayman I recall was on the 360, I believe. Someone on my friends list was playing one of them.
Okay. Nice. So, yeah, this looks cool, man. It's Rayman. Obviously, it's coming out October the 1st. Ubisoft are obviously trying to go back and remaster their old games at the minute. Obviously, we've got Assassin's Creed, Black Flag coming. Obviously, they've run out of ideas for new original games, so they're going for a remastering their back catalogue at the moment. But yeah, I think it looks pretty cool.
Seems to be a common thing for quite a few publishers.
Yes, indeed.
To be fair.
Yeah. Cool. All right, let's move on because quite a lot to talk about. There was actually another new announcement of a game that I hadn't heard of. Bancho the Chef, which is a prequel to Dave the Diver, where you play as Banjo the Chef. Not really sure what it's about, but I really like Dave the Diver, so I'm quite intrigued by this, to be honest. So
it looks like an interesting sort of like fun sort of story collection of mini game type of things.
Yeah.
Time. But yeah, Dave the Diver was like a huge sort of like out of nowhere success, wasn't it, a few years back?
Yeah. Yeah, I really like Dave the Diver. So, yeah, so you play as the Banjo the Chef, you cook stuff, it's a little story. It's out, it says wishlist now, so there's no date for it.
I imagine next year at some point.
Yeah. Next was Kamuri Hunt the Unseen.
Yeah, this was one where I think when we was watching this live, didn't the trailer start and we're like, oh, what's this? And I was just kind of getting a bit depressed because I thought, oh, is this another team-based hero fucking PvP thing?
But it's not.
And then as it went on, I was like, oh no, it looks like an actual co-op hunting game.
Yeah. Not really sure what it's about really from the trailer, but so you're in an old city, like a ruined city. You can run up walls and shit, and there's like you're hunting like phantoms and ghosts and monsters and shit. I think
Chinese and Japanese demons and stuff.
Yeah, but it looks quite cool, man. Looks interesting, something different, right? So.
Oh yeah, I'm quite interested in this, and obviously finding out it was Ikumi Nakura's or Nakuma or whatever it is his studio.
Yeah.
She worked on like Ghostwire Tokyo and like the Evil Within games back in the day. She's like ex-Tango Gameworks.
Mm-hmm.
But she left before obviously Tango was shut down to form her own thing.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm quite interested in seeing how that turns out.
Yeah.
Like I say, it looks sort of almost like Monster Hunter-y maybe but you're fighting spirits and stuff instead of monsters.
Okay, next was they showed more Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis. Obviously we got the news it's been delayed till next year, early next year. But looks pretty cool.
February, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it February 12th?
Yes, it is February the 12th. Yes.
Yeah, a couple of days before Valentine's. Hopefully, it will be a love letter because this is a remake, isn't it, of one of the previous games. But I thought it looked really good.
I think it looks good as well, mate. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm pretty excited for this. Looks quite fun.
I was never a massive Tomb Raider guy. I played I know it's like sacrilege to a lot of people, but I played like the reboot series and quite enjoyed that.
Yeah.
But I'd never really played too much of the actual original ones outside of like occasionally playing it when I went round to mate's house.
Right.
She had it at the time.
Yeah, but no, it looks cool. I think they made the right decision to delay it because obviously Grand Theft Auto's out at the end of the year, and the end of the year is already looking slam for games anyway. So, but again, it's another game that we already knew about. So, next game was The Lost Wild, which looked quite interesting. I thought it was a Jurassic Park game initially.
Yeah, so did I initially. I was like, oh, are they giving Jurassic Park the alien isolation treatment?
Yeah, because it starts off when you're a kid. I think you're like someone in the back of a car, a kid or something. Something happens, and then there's dinosaurs running around and shit. And I was thinking, this feels like the premise to a Jurassic Park, but obviously it's not. But looks cool, man. Dinosaur survival adventure game. So
yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. It's definitely one to sort of keep an eye on, see how it turns out.
Yeah. Next was some content for Phantom Blade. Oh, Phantom Blade Zero showed off some new stuff for it. I'm not sure what the release date was on this actually. I'm just trying to. I don't think that
end of October, isn't it, or something?
It didn't say at the state of play. Unfortunately, I just went to the back of the video. But again, this looks really cool. We've seen some trailers for this before, though. Every time I see it, I just think it looks super awesome, though.
Yeah, definitely very, very interesting and cool. I mean, it's been in development for on and off for ages. There's been like loads of play tests of it behind closed doors for industry people and stuff.
Yeah. Is this this isn't a PlayStation exclusive game though, is it? This is coming out.
Oh no, it was initially like debuted at a PlayStation show, but it's PlayStation PC.
Yeah, thought so. Okay.
If it's usually a Korean or Chinese developed game, they'll generally do it for PC as well, because I think that is the lead platform in China and stuff.
Yeah.
Hence why Wukong sold so many like insane numbers.
Next, they showed off. Well, they announced that Dune Awakening is coming to consoles. So obviously, this has been this is an MMO that's been out on PC for about a year or so. It's not just coming to PlayStation; it's also coming to Xbox. Obviously, I'm not excited for this. I just think it looks average, to be honest. It was quite popular when it released, but I know the player numbers have dwindled quite a bit, quite a lot. But
how old is it? Is it like 2 years old or so?
I'm just going to double check. It's been out at least a year, but they also announced that they're bringing out a single player update as well. Came out 10th of June 2025. So, yeah, it's been out a year. So, yeah. I thought it was roughly about that amount of time. So, yeah. But obviously the player numbers are dwindling. They've got the single player update and it's coming to consoles to try and boost those numbers. So it'd be interesting to see how it does, but I just think it looks like an average MMO, but that's my opinion. So, yeah. Next, Dynasty Warriors 3 Complete Edition Remastered.
Yes.
Obviously, you were excited for this because you do like a Dynasty Warriors game.
I am, and I'm not.
Right. Okay.
So as of yet, there is no physical copy for this game in Europe or America. So I think it's only possibly getting a physical copy in the East.
Right, okay.
Which means, fair enough, I can import it. That's great. But it means I've got to piss about with my different profiles to be able to get hold of the DLCs.
Right, okay.
And it's just an annoying ball ache. Like, fair enough, I get that the games probably don't sell bucket loads, but out of the Dynasty Warriors games, this should be like the most popular and interested people will be.
Right.
In this franchise, because this is literally like it's the Final Fantasy VII of the Dynasty Warriors series.
Right, yeah.
Basically, and obviously it's getting a nice fresh lick of paint. They're adding the nameless protagonist guy from the worst Dynasty Warriors game that came out last year. Was it Dynasty Warriors Origins, is it? The one where you literally only play as one character throughout the whole fucking game.
Right.
Which is not why I buy a Dynasty Warriors game.
Right.
So yeah, it depends. Like I say, the game looks great. To be fair, like I'm really happy with that. Just like obviously they need to sort it out because as Dead or Alive 6 last round isn't getting physical here either.
Right.
In fact, I don't know if that's even getting physical full stop. So is this where Koei Tecmo just like completely disappears out of my gaming people I support kind of thing? But yeah, I get it. Just do limited copies of it and sell it on your own website because you can buy stuff through their own website. And like even if they did that, I don't think people would moan about it.
Yeah.
But I wasn't aware of it until obviously when I looked at a Dynasty Warriors 3 post and every person underneath was basically saying physical copy, ? Where's the physical copy?
Right, okay. You physical people are in a minority now, though, to be fair. You are a very small minority of people.
Still not paying money for fuck all, mate.
I know what you're saying, but you've got to think of the business. Over 90% of game purchases on all systems is digital now.
But you're still missing out on sales by not giving the people that want it the thing. I mean, like they're fair, and like I've said to you before, I've got so many other games, but like this is the thing: is like I will support game companies that provide me the product I want to purchase.
Yeah.
If you don't get my custom. It's simple.
Yeah, that's fair. Right, let's move on because we've got a long show ahead of us. No Rest for the Wicked is coming to consoles. It's coming to PlayStation, and then it is also going to be coming to Xbox as well. This game's been out on PC for a couple of years. It's an isometric co-op adventure type game by the makers of Ori, Ori in the Forest or whatever the fuck it's called. Will of the Wisp and that. So, it's got quite a pedigree behind it. It's got very positive reviews on Steam. I believe it's, very highly regarded. I've not played it myself, so it's pretty cool it's coming to consoles.
I've had my eye on it for a while, like since it was announced like a year or two back.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be good in co-op. Like those sort of games are always fun in co-op. So if you could get some buddies together.
It's got a beautiful art style.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So that's cool. Next, they showed off a little bit more of Onimusha Way of the Sword. Obviously, we already know about this. It looks good. I'm looking forward to it. It's out on the 25th of September. I don't know what else I can say about it, really, mate. To be honest, we've seen it before, and it looks cool.
It looks awesome. I still haven't tried the demo yet. I've had it, but I've been busy and haven't got around to playing it. But there is a playable demo. I don't know which platforms it's on. Which I imagine it might be on all of them.
I think it's on everything, mate. Yeah, it's just coming out on everything, isn't it? So, yeah.
Hopefully, this is another huge success for Capcom later in the year because they've already had 3 successes this year.
Oh no, they're pumping out banger after banger at Capcom, so it's always good to see.
It's almost like they know their customers and what they want.
I know, mate. Who would have thunk
it?
Well,
except one exception we'll talk about later on.
Well, yeah.
That hasn't gone down very well at all.
Well, let's go to the next game then. They showed off a little bit more of Silent Hill Townfall. No, it's weird, mate, because I do enjoy a Silent Hill game. However, I picked up Silent Hill F, and I've literally only played it for like half an hour since it come out, and I just felt no pull to go back to it, and I don't know why. And when I see the trailer for this, I mean, it looks cool that it's set in Scotland. You know, it's completely different to what they've done before. But I don't know, mate. There's something within me that I'm just kind of like not excited for it. And I don't know why, because I've always enjoyed those traditional Silent Hills. I even enjoyed, like Downpour and stuff like that back in the day. I don't know. I don't know if I've just gone off horror games or
I think the only thing that I kind of disliked with what I played of Silent Hill F was the stupid chase sequences and stuff.
Yeah.
Where you're running away and you're getting chased, and I'm kind of like, I get that these were in some of the earlier Silent Hill games, but I was never really a fan of these, to be honest. And I've now got to the point where I'm just like, just do this as a cutscene. I'm not interested in playing this as an actual gameplay mechanic.
Yeah.
Especially when the game doesn't tell you which way you're supposed to go and you get to a fork and it's like, oh, so I went the wrong way, did I? Right, got to do that again from the fucking start. Great, thanks, game.
That's really crap.
Type of thing.
But no, I think it looks interesting anyway.
I'll be picking this up. This is one of the games that is dumped in like Super September
24th again. So
yeah,
I think there's about 6 or 7 games coming out the same fucking day, mate. Which is just
almost
insane, yeah. So cool. All right, let's move on because we've seen this one before anyway. Another game we've seen before, but they showed a bit more. Was Ace Combat 8 Wings of Fevy, or however the fuck you say it.
I think it's actually the proper thing of it, or whatever.
Oh, is it? All right. But yeah, they actually showed some gameplay. I'm a sucker for an Ace Combat game. It's been a long time since 7 came out, so we're well overdue. So yeah, I just think it looks cool, mate. I think it
looks awesome. Yeah, this is another one I'm picking up.
Yeah, that's not in the September.
Early October, this one.
Is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like October 2nd or something, I think.
Nice, okay, cool. Because there's no release date I can see on this freaking trailer I found. Cool. So that's awesome. We'll move on. A new game. There was another new game announcement, actually. The next game I hadn't heard of. So in my mind, it's brand new. Stuntman Hollywood. Obviously, this is another game that's coming out on everything. I love a stuntman game. And what's got me excited for this, Darren, is it's a lot of cars from movies you know and love. So like Fast and Furious, Kit from Knight Rider, the big truck. What's that from? You mentioned it. Mad Max. That's it. And lots of other old films, movies, TV shows, and stuff as well. I'm trying to remember what this white Ferrari's from. It's just gone from my head. Miami Vice, that's it. So, yeah, so that's what immediately got me excited. I do love a stuntman game anyway, but the fact you can play all these iconic cars is just super awesome in my opinion.
When was the last stuntman game? I'm thinking like 360 era.
Oh, I think you're probably right, mate, to be honest. It's been a long time.
Because there was quite a few stuntman games. There seemed to be like one almost every 6 months.
Yeah.
At one point.
I don't know. 2002, I can see on Wikipedia for a stuntman game. It's been all right. It says here, IGN Stuntman series returns after 20 years.
Oh wow!
So there must have been one in 2006, 5 or 6. I can't remember, which would actually put it in that 360 era, wouldn't it? If it had been ported over
unless I'm getting confused with something else like Crash Time or something.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm excited for this. It looks cool. There's no release date for this, but that's fine. I'm just happy. So
I think it just said 2027, maybe.
Right. So. What's this one called? Ill is the next game that they showed off. So obviously another game that we already knew about, but they showed off some more. It's a new trailer. This game looks gory as fuck. Not really one for me, but
I think
it looks
some
cool.
some of the Japanese people on Twitter weren't too happy because it looks like that game is actually not even going to get rating in Japan.
Really? Because it's that, because it is a bit over the top with the gore.
Just like I said before, like if people aren't fully aware, it's only like Europe and the West that actually gets fully uncensored Resident Evil games. Like even the Japanese, like higher rated version of the game still doesn't have all the content that the Western versions have.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Which is very weird, isn't it, when you think about it?
Yeah.
For a country that is quite open to it's like having loads of blood and gore in its anime and things like that.
Yeah.
But in games, it just seems to almost be like, oh no, can't have that.
This is probably the most goriest game I've ever seen, though, to be honest. Like, it is really over the top, mate. But, yeah.
But then it could go into that cool sort of gore where it's sort of like almost just like disgusting, like it was in places with the Silent Hill 2 remake.
Yeah.
When you're in some of the locations there, it's just generally unsettling because of the horrible environment that you're in and stuff.
Yeah. Cool, right, I'm going to move on. They showed off a little bit more of Control Resonant.
This is out on September 24th or 25th as well. One of the Trinity. Looks good, I'll be picking it up.
Yeah, obviously there's another game we already know about. We're near the end now, and I think so far there's only been about 2 games that I didn't even know about beforehand that were shown, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, the Control Resonant looks cool, man. I do like the control. I like the original. I like Alan Wake, so definitely one I'm keeping an eye on.
So they learned with that because Alan Wake 2 never got a physical copy, whereas this is getting a physical copy straight away.
Yeah, well, they did an Alan Wake 2 physical copy about a year later, I think.
Yeah, and it was only when they did that they'd actually started to make their money back.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, this looks cool. Release date on this, I think, is it September as well? September 24th. September 24th. Everything's just coming out September 24th. Okay, just clear your diary, guys.
Yeah.
We've already talked about this already, but they showed off Marathon, their dying game, for their season 2. It's currently on a free week, so if you are intrigued by it, give it a go by all means. But yeah, looks shite, so I'm going to move on. So there was another announcement that I wasn't aware of. Until Dawn 2 was announced.
Oh, right, yeah.
Now, I really loved the first Until Dawn. I thought it was fantastic. I know that they remade it in nicer, newer graphics. I'm hoping what they showed us for Until Dawn 2 is a super duper early build of the game, because I actually watched a video this morning, like a side-by-side comparison of the original Until Dawn and this, and the original graphically, like with the character models and stuff, actually looks better than the sequel, which is really weird, I think.
Well, we actually talked about this, didn't we, in chat last night? The fact that you can go back to sort of games that were like 10 plus years old or more and they still visually hold up.
Yes, 100%.
It just goes to show you how much the actual graphics of games haven't exactly improved as much as you think they have.
Yeah, true. But no, I like the Until Dawn first one, so hopefully they don't fuck this up, but they're stuck on a desert island, ghost hunting or something, and shit goes down. So looks interesting. They just need to improve their fucking graphics on it. But it's not out till next year, so they've got a lot of time to improve it. Okay, and the final reveal of the show was actually a new game announcement as well. So many new game announcements have we had? About 4 out of the 20 odd games that we've talked about. And unfortunately, it's a game I'm not interested in. But I think some people are excited for it. It's a new.
There will be. It will have people excited. I mean, this game was kind of rumored about 3 months ago. I think it was. It was put out there that the next God of War game's going to be based around obviously his wife, who passes away at the very beginning of the recent reboot of the franchise. So I kind of roughly had an idea. I didn't know they'd be using, obviously, a reasonably well-known actress to sort of like portray the character rather than have a stylized person. Visually, outside of, I'd say, her character model and stuff, it looks fantastic.
Yes,
as those games always do. The environments are beautiful. It's like almost flawless, crisp, colourful, etc. And I was reasonably on board with it, although my idea for a game around that character is far more interesting than what they've done here. I would much rather it have been a prequel of her traversing through the different realms and then eventually her meeting Kratos and then you seeing how their interaction and how she calms him down as a person.
Right.
Because he's obviously, you remember, Kratos is just rage-fueled, you know what I mean, kind of thing. And it would have been interesting to see that aspect of a strong female character being able to calm a male character down and bring them back to earth and ground them and give them more purpose outside of the rage that's just constantly going through his mind.
Yeah.
But this seems to be some sort of side thing where, like, this is what she was doing while the events of the first game or whatever were going on.
Yeah. So like in your mind, it's kind of a side game. It's not an official game. However,
well, no, it is. It technically is because it's running alongside the events,
right,
of obviously what's been going on. And I was reasonably on board until the cube showed up. The gelatinous cube.
Frank, the talking gelatinous cube.
Fucking called. It's just so completely and utterly absurd.
Yeah.
And does not fit anything to do with God of War or that kind of realm.
Yeah.
It just pulled me so much out of it because I remember being in chat and I was like, oh no, this is just a cutscene, dude. It's the sword that's talking or the whatever. And she's going to get the sword because in a lot of Western games, you've always got to have, it's funny sidekick quip person that can keep waffling to me while I'm playing and give me like hints on where to go and what to do. And I was just like, no, it's going to be the sword. It's not the cube. And then I can hear you laughing because you're like about 10 seconds of the stream ahead of me. And you were like, it's fighting in the background, dude. And I was like, what? And then I got to the point and I was like, no. And then it just stayed there, fighting, bouncing off the enemies, looking stupid.
Yeah.
And then you giggled because you were like, it's in the logo, mate. I'm pretty sure that cube is in the logo. And then when they showed the actual official box art, she stood right next to it.
Yeah.
So it is your actual companion. And I am absolutely not playing for a game where I'm fighting alongside a stupid talking cube.
Yeah. Called Frank.
It's just so silly. So silly.
Yeah. I just think it's a strange choice. And doing some digging, I've kind of, in my own way, getting my conspiracy hat on, I can kind of figure out why that they've done this. But before I get into that, I think that it just doesn't fit with the franchise. Obviously, you know, God of War has been going for years and years and years. You've always played as Kratos. Obviously, you know, the game kind of changed after 2018 with these God of War games, but they've always been about Kratos. You play as his son a little bit as well, but it's mainly about Kratos, his story. Frank the Talking Cube is absolutely ridiculous in my opinion. Before that, I thought the premise seemed quite cool. You know, she died and she's gone up to like the heaven or hell of the gods or whatever it is, the god afterlife. I thought that was quite a cool
which
premise.
is kind of weird. So it's like, what? So all the gods are dead. There's none living and stuff. Like again, and like which gods do you select that are actually still in the realm and living, and which ones are dead?
Yeah,
like because obviously this is going to go into the nostalgia. But, it's Athena again. It's Zeus. Look, they've got their actions. All of that sort of stuff's going to be in there.
Yeah, I know.
Like to sort of obviously bring it more of a sort of tie-in and stuff, and be like, oh look, and yeah, I don't know. I just think it could have been done so much better.
Well,
like in the narrative and stuff, maybe. I like I say, I'm not know how it plays out. I'll never know how it probably plays out because, like I say, I'm not playing the game with a fucking talking cube unless it's
ridiculous. Portal. Yeah. Well, so with my conspiracy hat on, I can probably my thought process on why this has happened. Now, one of the writers for the game was Alana Pierce, who's a known feminist and is always on Twitter talking about wanting to own the chuds, etc., etc.
All right, ripping.
Yeah. So obviously,
I own the chuds by bringing down the studio's profits that hired me.
Yeah, so obviously there's a lot of people with that kind of mindset that have infested Sony's studios in the last 5 or so years. And this is why you've seen a lot of prominent games with male characters getting them replaced by female characters. So this is why I think that they've done it for this. It's one, to own the chuds because they're feminist freaks and they just want to upset everyone. They don't care about making money. I really don't know who this game is aimed for. It's certainly not aimed at traditional God of War fans who want to play as, Kratos and kicking ass. It's just bizarre. And even the creator of God of War went online and slated this, and he's the original creator of the game.
He's a bit of a nut bar himself, though, I will say.
Yeah.
But then again, it's like the broken clock is right 2 times a day anyway, regardless.
Yeah.
So even people you generally don't like their opinions on, you're always going to find the odd thing here and there where you're like, he's got a point.
But what I don't understand is the counter argument to this that I've seen online and stuff is, you're just sexist. You don't like playing as women. What's wrong with playing as a woman in a game? And I'm like, no, that you're just twisting it completely. Nothing wrong with playing as a woman in a game. We all love Stellar Blade, Tomb Raider, and loads of other games where females are the main characters. Don't have a problem with that. What a lot of us have a problem with is you changing established games' main characters from male to female. And we've seen that in so many games, and it's just gotten ridiculous. Just have your own games, man. Doesn't matter. Don't care,
Or do the spin-off, kind of thing.
Yeah. And this isn't a spin-off. It's a full-on God of War game. And, I can see what they're trying to do, but I seriously do think it's nothing to do with the story. I seriously think the writers wanted to own the chuds, wanted to piss off all the God of War and just gamers in general.
Again, if I was a businessman and I found out I was paying hundreds of millions of dollars into a company for them to just do that, I'd be like, nah, mate, I'm what you're doing is it's literally you grabbing the back of the life raft and just slowly cutting through the rope and watching them. Sorry, mate, we're going to have to let you go.
But we've seen this. I don't know if Sony do care at the minute. I mean, they made massive losses on so many games the last few years. What the fuck is going on? But
I've heard they've been having panic meetings. But then again, I think this is also another issue with the market as a whole. Because there was this huge thing, wasn't there, a few years back of gamers actually causing it. So I'm part of the problem. Why the fuck did we see a trailer for this when it's not out for another 4 or 5 years?
Yeah.
And now, in recent years, especially from Sony, you've got a ton of games that are coming out, and it's like, this is almost done, boys. Throw the trailer out, and everyone's like, what the fuck is that? And they've got no time to course correct.
Yeah, they didn't even show
the
off.
Ship around. It's already off the dock and halfway across the world.
Well, they didn't even show off anything to do with their other new game, that space game with the lesbian-looking woman, that bold woman. What's it called?
The Intergalactic Heretic Prophet. See, again, and it's not. It isn't helping that narrative, because this whole narrative of switching the female to the male and whatever, like, was around with Ghost of Yotei, and then it's like, oh, and now they're doing it with God of War, and then it's like, and what's Naughty Dog got next coming up? Oh, snarky female space game.
Yeah. But then people,
it's just kind of like.
But then people got upset when they did it with The Last of Us. They got upset when it happened to the Uncharted games. You know, I
mean, Uncharted was only the end. To be fair, like, that's the only thing I ever heard people moaning about. And to be honest, I didn't really give a shit if he had a daughter or a son.
I mean, I enjoyed those games.
It was the end of the game, and it was supposed to be the end of the franchise anyway.
I'm not saying I was upset by it, because I enjoyed those Uncharted games, but I'm just saying people. Yeah. So, I don't know what it is. So it's just really weird. Like, as we were saying at the beginning of the podcast, Darren, just where Sony are at the minute with their exclusives. You know, like, I watched the show and all the games I thought looked really cool were the third-party developed games that are coming on all platforms. There is nothing exclusive to the PlayStation that I want to buy, which is
exactly mental. So if this was a thing and they were like, oh, PS6, and they'd show, oh, what games are coming out for the PS6? Wolverine and God of War, you're going to be like, no, I'm good, mate.
Yeah, I'll just stick to whatever other, like, if I'm an Xbox guy, then there's, you know, like, I've traditionally been an Xbox guy for a long time, but always bought a PlayStation for specific games. But now I feel like there isn't any, you know?
I did laugh because I think it was like this past week during the whole thing of like the this sort of, I'll say, backlash or player sort of feedback for God of War.
Yeah.
I've been seeing so many people of like, this is where the problem started, and it was the headline about them moving their headquarters to California.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
And I was like, oh, guess who's been saying that for maybe the past 6 years or so? I wonder who.
I've never understood that thought process. It's a fucking Japanese company, and they move the gaming headquarters to America.
It's bizarre. Because at that point, all of the games that were making them the most money and all the studios they had that were actually delivering them the profits and all the good feedback were Western studios.
Yeah.
So rather than just carry on as they were doing, they thought they'd lift their whole ball sack up and shift it across and just dump it in California.
Yeah.
Rather than maybe just flicking a couple of pubes over there.
Yeah.
Every now and again.
Yeah. Yeah, so...
it's just annoying. It is annoying. And at the moment, they're not course correcting. They're just continuing down the same path. It's like watching a slow car crash. Where you literally could run out in the road and be like, slow down, there's a bend ahead, and they're just ignoring you and just carrying on.
I just think it's really strange. I would have thought they would have learned a little bit from what's been happening to Xbox since the beginning of the generation, because obviously, you know, I've been very down on Xbox for many, many years with the stuff that they've been doing, putting all the stupid shit into, say, Halo Infinite Online, you know, like the Pride stuff and all the other bollocks in there, and a lot of their exclusive games have been shit or coming, like Fable looks gank and stuff like that. You know, and I would have thought PlayStation would be looking at that and going, people aren't liking that, but they're not. They're either copying it or being a lot worse. It's really strange, and it just feels like there's been a shift, because, like, in my opinion, Xbox has been very shite, let's just put it as simple as possible, whereas PlayStation have been very good. But now there's nothing coming out on PlayStation for me as a normal guy who likes to play video games, right? But obviously Xbox has had that turn of, you know, they've got the new woman in, she's dropped the price of Game Pass, looks like they're trying to focus more on the community and better games and stuff like that. So it feels like there's more of a brighter future, shall I say, at the moment for Xbox over PlayStation, which is a strange place to be in, to be honest. And obviously PlayStation not putting the games on PC now, and they put the price up of PS Plus.
Which is like weird. Well, when you think about it, I can understand it. Yeah, we want to put our exclusives on the platform to try and get people to our platform.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you've got to have the games that people actually really want. And at the moment, it seems like a majority of your player base are kind of rejecting what you're putting out.
Yeah,
especially with this whole like going like 2 feet first into this whole live service nonsense that literally just they might as well have just stepped on a landmine.
Yeah, for sure.
Would have probably done less damage, to be fair.
Yeah.
Like some of the top people at that company have just made some of the worst decisions, and there's still companies out there now that make horrendous decisions that you, as an actual gamer that have been gaming for years, just look at and think, "What are you doing?" Yeah. It's like you've always had the blueprint there of how to make money, and rather than actually carry on doing that, you threw that away or set fire to it, and you think this is going to work.
Yeah, I know,
and
mate.
It just doesn't seem to.
Yeah, I don't get it, mate, to be honest. But anyway, let's move on, because obviously we've been an hour now and we still need to talk about the Summer Games Fest. But overall for me...
Which was a much bigger show as well, wasn't it, length-wise?
Yeah, but no, overall, I wasn't overly impressed with the PlayStation event, to be honest. It was cool to see some games, but for the most part, I was just like, meh. So it's a shame, really. But let's move on to Summer Games Fest. I walked away. Well, I didn't walk away, but I came away from that show really positive on it, to be honest, because remember last year it ended with High Guard, and we were like, what?
No, that was the Game Awards.
Oh, was that the Game Awards?
That was the Game Awards, yeah.
Well, it's the same people, right? So
yeah,
let's just say the last show they did then. Fun. Yeah, so they ended this one. Obviously, I'm not going to. We'll talk about it at the end, but they ended it well. They started it well as well.
Yes.
Which was great. So they started it off with a new game announcement, Resident Evil Veronica. This looks so good, mate. I don't know. Is this Code Veronica? It's not Code Veronica Remake, is it? It's a new game, right?
Yes. No, it's Code Veronica Remake. Yeah.
It is Code Veronica Remake.
You actually see at one point Albert Ashford's like stood at the top of the stairs of his little mansion thing. So it's going to be interesting to see how they handle that character in today's society.
I don't really remember playing it.
He's a cross-dresser who pretends to be his sister.
When did this originally come out? The 90s, wasn't it?
Oh,
early 2000s.
It was on the Dreamcast. Yeah, it came out on the Dreamcast originally, and I remember at the time it was one of the graphical games.
Yeah.
Of the time.
Right.
It's not my favourite by any shot of the like anything of the imagination, but it does have 2 campaigns.
Right.
One as Claire and one as Chris.
Right. Okay.
And I should have, obviously, when we was watching this trailer, as soon as it sort of started, I think me or you or someone was just basically like, I think this is Resident Evil. It looks like it. The engine.
Yes.
And the actual look of the characters looks very Resi.
Yeah.
The way they're moving around. And obviously, because the dialogue was on the stream, which was the annoying thing, the dialogue was going out of sync with the lips, and then it kept like repeating the scenes.
Yeah, that's right.
Like it would flash back about 5 seconds of footage and then catch up. But there's a bit when like the woman walks into the room and she says, "Oh, your brother's made a mess. It looks like a boulder's come crashing through here."
Oh, yeah.
That's a massive reference, obviously, if you know the Chris punching boulders meme.
Oh, that's it. Yeah,
as well.
Yeah.
So, like, there was a nice little doff of the cap there.
Oh, nice.
But I am interested, obviously, to see what they've done because they look like they've changed this up. It looks like it could be played in first or third person.
Yeah, I like that. That's pretty cool, yeah.
As well. So, yeah, this is one of their big games for next year, and fair play. Like, the Capcom are on a roll at the moment. Hopefully it continues because they used to be one of, if not my favourite, sort of publisher back in the day.
Yeah, for sure, mate. I mean,
they struggled at one point. I think they almost went under.
Yeah, they did. But what a strong way to start the show as well. I was like, oh my God, if they're starting with this, like, where the fuck are we going to go?
Are we on the top of a hill and we're going to start rolling slowly down?
Yeah. So, I mean, it did have a kind of a lull in the middle of the show, but overall, it was good. So, yeah, what a cool way to start it. So, this is coming out next year. There's no definitive release date, just at 2027 at the end of the trailer. So,
I would imagine some March sort of time. Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
Between like January, March. That seems to be Capcom's favoured release time.
Yeah.
Release your song.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So that looks cool. Next was my stream cocked up on this, so I didn't really see the whole thing, but
Cuphead.
Cuphead.
The Cuphead, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't actually know, like, is this a new Cuphead game? Because I caught the end of the trailer. I'm just watching it again now, and it looks like there was a picture of like an old 4x3 TV and a Master System. So is this a Master System game? It looks like a Master System game.
They're working on two games. So at the start, obviously with again the sound being all sort of cocked up a little bit during the stream, it's hard to sort of tell what they were going on about.
Yeah.
But yeah, apparently they're working on a traditional new Cuphead game, which obviously, as we know, is the beautifully drawn and animated platformer sort of shooter game. But they're also doing this other little spin-off, which is in like the style of like an 8-bit traditional game. A bit like that new one that came out that is doing really well. Is it like Mina the Hollower or something?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Sort of Zelda-esque.
Yeah. So yeah, it looks cool, mate. I've just been watching it now. So yeah, it looks interesting. So you got Cuphead, and then we saw a little bit more of Alien Isolation 2, because I believe this had already been announced before. Am I correct?
I hadn't heard it being announced. I think it had been rumoured.
Oh, perhaps it was only rumoured then.
Not necessarily announced, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think you're right, actually. It looks really good. However,
first game was a massive hit, wasn't it?
Yeah, I loved the first game. I thought it was fantastic, but I don't know if I have the stones to play for another one of these games, to be honest, because they're really stressful.
Like it's in a it looks like it's in a slightly different thing. This is actually set on like a colony, isn't it, rather than like on a spaceship or a sort of very claustrophobic sort of base.
Yeah. Yeah, so more Alien Isolation, graphics are good. They didn't really show a lot. There's no release date either. It just says wishlist now at the end of the trailer, but it's been a long time since the first game as well, so...
Yeah, I was shocked when Darkest in the chat was told us something like 12 plus years or something, is it?
Yeah, it's a long time. But yeah, I think it's about time they did another one, because it's got a very strong fan base. I think they redid it in VR or something as well, didn't they? So,
if not, there's bound to be mods on PC where you can play it in VR.
Oh yeah, for sure. So yeah, that's that. That's Alien Isolation 2. Next, there was a new game announcement, which I think looks pretty cool, called Gen Atlas, coming to all platforms, made by Project Robot. So basically, this game was already announced, I think, last year, but it didn't have a name.
Oh, this is the one by the Shadow of the Colossus Ico guy, isn't it? Yeah.
So in the trailer, you're a dude, and you go up to a robot's head, it scans you, and then you fly the head into like this giant robot body. It just looks absolutely insane, to be honest. But I'm intrigued because obviously it's made by the Ico and the Shadow of Colossus dev. Obviously, though, those games are very highly regarded. This looks interesting. Obviously, we've not really seen much still. And the very limited gameplay that was in the trailer looked very early. But as I say, I'm very intrigued. So at least we have a name for it as well. Gen Atlas.
Oh.
Yeah, looks cool. And that's coming to everything. So the next game they showed was called Blood Message, another world premiere. This is like a
Chinese developed game, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm just trying to remind myself of what
There's
it is.
so many of these type of games. They all look beautiful, but it's hard to try and remember all of them.
Yeah.
To be fair, there's been so many that have been announced and shown off at random different times.
I was just unsure if it was that vampire game, but I don't think it is.
No, that's later on.
Right. Yeah, so it's like a third-person action game with obviously story about some war going on. But it looked a little bit Assassin's Creedy, to be honest, as well. But yeah, I like the look of this. Blood Message, it's called. There's the trailer's 4.5 minutes long, so there's quite a bit of content in there. But a lot of it is the fighting. It looks kind of not Dark Soulsy. It looks very Assassin's Creedy, I'd say, in some aspects, but in a good way. So yeah, lots of action. There's a desert area that they showed off and a snowy area. It looks like there's quite a lot of decent set pieces in there. Looks interesting. No release date on this though, either. But okay, but this was obviously just announced. Looks cool. Blood Message. Next game, so there's loads of new game announcements, right? So obviously a lot of these already we spoke about are brand new game announcements. The next one as well is a brand new game announcement that I think this game looks fucking awesome. It's called Hex, but spelled Haex.
Yeah, this did look pretty damn good. Straight away, the trailer grabbed me at the start with the creepy sort of language.
Yeah.
It sounded like very sort of alien and otherworldly.
Yeah, so it looks like I'm just trying to get some gameplay. So it's like a first-person co-op game, it looks like, but kind of like supernatural at times. Kind of reminded me a little bit of a cross between Destiny with obviously the first-person co-op, but with like Alan Wake with the weird shit. You know what I mean?
And a little bit of, I'll just say like a slightly little bit of like technology weirdness from like, the game that was out last year that Peeps is struggling with currently at the moment. Hell Is Us. Like with the cubes and things like that.
Oh, like yeah.
Alien technology and that.
Yeah. I'm just laughing at Peeps because he's messaging me.
Has he lost again?
No, yeah, well, he was talking about Hell Is Us, but then he's like, I could come on the podcast tomorrow. And I said, but we're talking about the Xbox stuff. Make sure you watch. And he's replied saying, I thought you were talking about the Xbox show tonight. And so I replied, well, that's a bit difficult,
but
mate.
It's not on yet.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's a bit difficult, mate. It's not until tomorrow.
6 p.m. tomorrow night.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, this Hex, mate, it looks great. So I'm excited. Yeah, and with the weird technology, all right. I've just got to part of the trailer again with the weird cubey bits. And yeah, it looks cool. Cool. Right, let's move on. This game has already been announced before, but they added some more information to it. Stranger Than Heaven, which is made by the Ryo. What the fuck is it called? RGG, Ryo Gaguta Studio. How the fuck you say it? It's the people that do the all the Yakuza games I love. So. Well, what was interesting about this is they've announced a new character in the game, and that character is Tupac, which I thought was really weird. And then
really out of left field, yeah.
Yeah, and then Snoop Dogg appeared on the stage to talk about it, so there's a little bit of a thing going on between them. But the game is set in like kind of olden, like 1800s or something, Japan, but it's also got Snoop Dogg in it. I've just seen him in the game then. I must have missed that last time.
Yeah, him and his son are in it, along with a few other sort of cameo popular people.
Sweet. So yeah, it's a kind of a old school gangster type game, but yeah, it looks really cool, man. I really.
I actually kind of wonder. Obviously, people like us are like, "Oh, what is 2-pack? What the hell?" But then you've probably got like a load of like Gen X or whatever it is, and not Gen X, sorry, Gen Y or whatever the hell it is, and whatever it is, Gen Alpha is it they're called now and stuff. Millennials that are kind of like, who's that?
Yeah, I know, but we know because we're the core audience, mate. So we're all right. So right, next was.
I'm interested. It also got a release date, didn't it?
It did, the 15th
Early
of
next
January.
year.
Yeah, 15th of January. So that's really cool. So I've been distracted by Peebs just being a right Noobenstein in the WhatsApp group. He's like, "Oh, I thought the Xbox show had been on already. What was last night?" And we're like, "Summer Games Fest, mate." So Peebs isn't a gamer anymore, is he? Really? He's not hardcore enough. Right.
I don't think he ever really used to sit there and like watch E3 and stuff. Anyway, if I remember.
No, he didn't. No, never did. He's too busy watching football and getting drunk, isn't he? Right.
80s revivals.
Yeah. Next thing that they showed was from a new studio, Paramount Game Studios. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin. But I didn't actually show any gameplay. But it's from the same studio that made Bayonetta and Nier Automata.
Platinum Games.
Yeah. So hopefully
it's been rumoured for a while, this, to be fair, and I just remember thinking, like, oh, it's kind of weird.
Yeah. Well, now it's official. So that's cool. But no, they didn't show anything else. So they literally just announced the game and that was it. So I think we can move on, mate, to be honest.
Cool.
Next was a game. I don't actually remember this at all, but it's on the list from my good friend Copilot. An extremely hard game.
I remember this. Yeah, it's the one where you're basically two ducks, like carrying an egg.
Yeah,
like
that's pretty
through various obstacles and stuff. Yeah,
that's it.
One of those games you can have a good argument with your spouse or significant other.
I think it'd be fun to play with my kids, to be honest. Yeah, it looks quite fun actually, like a cartoony duck game, and you got to both carry a nest with an egg in it and not drop it. That's right. Yeah, and how weird. Okay, cool. Another new announcement, and I was quite surprised at this because I thought this game was already out, but actually, when I did a bit of research, it isn't. A new Crossfire game has been announced.
The more I was listening to them talk about it afterwards, it sounds like they're kind of rebooting the franchise.
Yes.
Like, and turning it, because he was basically literally saying, like, we wanted to make a narratively drawn single player experience. And I always generally remember the Crossfire games being primarily multiplayer.
Yeah.
And then more often than not, they tried with the last one, was it X, to do like a weird tacked-on single player thing, and it did horrendously, and there was issues with it.
Yeah.
Back in the day, if I remember correctly, wasn't it a separate purchase on top of the original game on Xbox? But there was issues with licensing with it and stuff. And
yeah. So, but no, it looks cool. It looks like reminds me a little bit of The Division. And Ghost Recon with the third person style, the war style, ducking behind cover. So I'm quite intrigued by this.
And almost a bit of the old sort of game, the type of games we used to get during the 360 PS3 era as well.
Yeah, because it looks like a 2-player co-op game, to be honest, by the way that they were showing it as well.
Yeah, it does, but it's I think it is only strictly a single-player game.
Oh,
but obviously the other person's there to sort of carry the narrative, as it were.
Right, okay.
I'd love for them to do like another... because they could do a really good one of that now, but then maybe you can't do it because it's not clinically correct. Kane and Lynch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or like an army of two or something. Let's go back to the good old days of just blasting shit.
Yeah.
And co-op.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Cool. Right. Next, they showed off Control. Well, we'd already talked about Control at the PlayStation
Control
show.
Resonant, yeah, another one.
So let's just move on. Another new game announcement, which I was quite surprised about, actually, and I didn't think it looked as good as the previous game. Guild Wars 3 has been announced, which I find very strange because I'm sure Guild Wars 2 is still extremely popular as an MMO.
Oh, yeah, there's still people playing it, yeah. I mean, I don't imagine this is going to be out for another year or so anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah, I remember Guild Wars 2 was a thing when Final Fantasy 14 came out. It kind of seemed to be you either played Guild Wars, World of Warcraft, or Final Fantasy.
Yeah, because Guild Wars 2 came out, that Euro game and that we went to the same year Final Fantasy 14 came out. Because I had the big Guild Wars 2, area and stuff. I remember it really well. Yeah, I don't know, mate, because it just looks like it's another MMO. Like, I think the MMO space is quite packed anyway. You need something quite special to be popular. Obviously, they've got the brand recognition there, but I don't know. What I saw, I just thought it looked a bit meh. But that's just my opinion. It might be popular, it might be great. I don't know, but.
Was it actual mainly gameplay or just kind of like a CG thing? Yeah, so it's hard to make any judgments, really.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. Yeah, so there's that. Next, they showed off Gundam Rogue Orbit, which I thought looked pretty cool. I do like a big robot game. So I think this looks quite cool. It's coming out next year. No set release date in next year. It just says 2027. The trailer did. Obviously, there wasn't really any gameplay in there, but it looked cool anyway, I think. So
at first, I thought it was Ace Combat.
Yes.
Yeah. Again, because obviously it came up with the whole Bandai Namco stuff, and then then you've got like the girl with the pink hair.
Yes. Yeah.
Whereas like one of the female pilots in Ace Combat's got the same.
Yes.
And I was just like, oh, is this like an opening cutscene to the game? Oh, there's mechs in this universe. Oh, no, she looks different.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it looks cool, man. I quite like a mech game, so we'll see how this
I mean,
goes.
the only thing that's kind of interesting is as I was speaking to my friend about this because he's a huge like Gundam fan.
Yeah.
Of like just the general like model kits and all the rest of it. And he was basically saying apparently when he looked into it, this is kind of like a reboot Gundam for fans, like new fans of the franchise, to bring people to that franchise. But it's also supposed to be like pleasing the old traditional fans as well at the same time. So it's like it will be interesting to see how they do this.
Yeah.
But we shall see.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people that love their mech stuff have like the last one they kind of really had that they enjoyed was like Armored Core.
Yeah,
Armored Core was good, yeah. The one that came out last year, Daemon X Machina.
Yes, yeah. Yeah. Cool. Right, next game that they showed. Obviously, this game we've seen before, but they showed some more footage of it. Star Wars Galactic Racer. Similar to the
N64.
Is
Pod racing.
Yeah, which is basically like the N64 game, but I think this looks quite good, mate, to be honest.
It does. It does look really good, actually. I don't even think it's a full price game either. I think it's one of those sort of like 45 quid kind of games. As far as I'm aware. I'm sure I've seen it for roughly that price point when I've been looking online.
Yeah.
And it's come up.
Yeah.
So I suppose it's in that nice like AA price bracket. Yeah, it definitely looks like a nice fusion of, we'll say, like the old Star Wars Pod Racer and a little bit of Burnout chucked in there.
Yeah.
With some of the ex-Criterion developers apparently being involved.
Yeah.
Yes. You're just looking up the trailer to play.
I'm arguing with Pete on WhatsApp. Right, so let's go next. Virtua Fighter Crossroads. Is it? Well, I think this was a new announcement. I had no idea that this was coming.
It had been announced before.
Really?
That obviously that RGK Studio or whatever it is behind it.
Yeah, the Yakuza people.
They obviously handed it, and obviously it was a huge visual upgrade from obviously the last Virtua Fighter game. Sort of actually taking that franchise more into like the evolution that it never had. And this seemed like way more story based. Apparently, there was a little showcase afterwards of actual more of the gameplay and stuff, which I've yet to check out.
Yeah.
But I did think this looked pretty cool. But again, it's like I'm not getting super excited because the last Virtua Fighter game never got physical, even though it was just kind of like a £15 digital thing. So I'm guessing they probably weren't going to bother with that anyway.
Yeah.
So, but it will be interesting to obviously see what they do with this. But it is looking pretty well polished and done, I will say.
Yeah, I think looks like it's got quite a cool story as well, and a bit of exploration in that as well. So it's not just a standard fare.
I mean, it should be reasonably easy to do. They kind of did it almost with Shenmue back in the day, considering obviously a lot of the fighting sections and parts of that game basically use the Virtua Fighter engine and movesets and stuff for some of it.
Yeah, I think this looks cool though, mate. I'm quite intrigued by it. So yeah, I'm excited-ish. So that's cool. Next is a game I'm not excited for. I was quite surprised that this is a thing, mate. RuneScape Dragon Wilds. How old is RuneScape now?
This is a new RuneScape game, though.
I know,
it's not
but
the
like,
RuneScape.
What? Like, I can't believe they're making a new RuneScape game. That's just so crazy to me, man.
Like the original RuneScape, isn't that like one of the OG like neckbeard time sinkers from like going way back?
I think
way back,
late 90s. I think it was one of the first
like
MMOs, mate.
Predates like WoW and stuff.
Yeah, 100%. It looks interesting. Not really for me, but it's like an adventure. I think it's an MMO. I'm not really sure, actually.
This is coming to Game Pass, isn't it? I think day one.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay, then I will give it a go.
There is like a Game Pass thing for it. I'm pretty sure I saw something like that.
Now, I couldn't...
actually, tell a lie. I think it's coming to PS Plus day one or at some point. I think that's what I saw. I think I originally saw it mentioned during the Sony show, but it's coming to the Xbox as well.
Right.
So it'd be nice if they could get it onto the Game Pass or whatever for the Xbox players.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's fair, mate. But I think it's an MMO from what I'm watching. I couldn't quite... yeah, it is.
I think there's a fair bit of like building your own stuff and things.
There is, chopping down trees, and I just saw a bit in the trailer of building a hut and stuff like that. So,
just like your arcs and all the rest of it, and Conan Exiles, etc.
Yeah,
a genre that is incredibly popular at the moment.
Yeah,
and has remained so for probably quite a few years now. I think.
Yeah,
about 5-6 years.
Cool. Right, shall we move on? Next game, 1666 Amsterdam.
This was kind of one of the ones that caught me off guard. I will say, I thought this looked really cool, like the aesthetic and everything to it.
Yeah. Is this the
At
vampire
first,
one?
I thought it was.
This was the vampire. No,
no, it's not. This is the witch one.
Right.
Which I originally thought was kind of at first glance. I was like, "Oh, is this Assassin's Creed Hex?" Like.
Yeah. This looks like... Oh, yeah, and I'm just watching the trailer again, mate. Kind of not 18, 1600s, obviously.
1666,
That's
isn't
when
it?
it's, but
Amsterdam or something. Yeah.
So the sea looks really nice. I have to say, the character models look cool. There's a bit of gore in there of someone cutting someone open. There's a lot there. You play as a cat, I believe, in some of the trailer. I've not got there, but that's just reminded me. And I think you play as this woman, and stuff happens. I don't know what, but she's
a practicing witch or something. Yeah.
They didn't really give a lot away, but it looks quite interesting. So,
indeed. But I thought people didn't like playing as women.
I know. Funny that, isn't it? Cool.
But no, this is definitely one I've got my eye on. No word of yet if it's just PC or not, but we shall see.
Yeah. Cool. Right. Next, Saw Genesis. I had no idea that this was coming. I think this was a new announcement as well.
Yes.
It's one of those online games, isn't it? 3 versus 1, I believe.
3v1, yeah. Like a Dead by Daylight-esque, maybe. But then I thought it looked very Outlast Trials-ish. I don't know if that's like a 3 or 4v1 or something. To be fair. Had an interesting style to it. They didn't go full-on realism with it, which I kind of appreciated, because I always prefer style over realism anyway, with games, generally.
Yeah.
Especially if it's like a horror game and stuff. It just helps tone it down a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, this looks fucked up. Quite gory, so, yeah. Yeah, mate. So, yeah. This game, I believe, had already been announced, but they showed off a little bit, and there's also a demo that came out during the show as well. Lords of the Fallen 2.
Oh, nice. There was a demo. I know there was playtest, wasn't it? A playtest on Steam or something?
Yeah, there's a demo on Steam. I've seen a few people playing it today. I've not downloaded
cool.
it.
Looks a lot more expansive than the first one, because the first one was very much just sort of rooted in like the gothic medieval kind of aesthetic, whereas there's like sort of almost like, we'll say, sort of Eastern mythology stuff sort of stuck in there as well.
Yeah.
In a few places. But this is a studio that's kind of pretty good, because obviously Lords of the Fallen, it was quite hyped up. It launched as a bit of a disappointment. But then the studio stuck with it, kind of redid a fair bit of the game and relaunched it for free as like a 1.1 upgrade or whatever it was. I think they also allow you to, if one person owns the game, you can play it through co-op still.
Oh, that's cool.
Was like a friend invite thing. And obviously, while they were doing all of that, they were learning and putting stuff towards a sequel. I mean, it's quite quick for them to produce a second game, to be fair, because I think the last one was only the year before last.
Right, yeah.
I'd love the Revenant devs to be able to do that, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
Which is still one of the most interesting games of that style, not just from the fact that it was a sort of shooter.
Yeah.
As well as obviously having melee stuff, but just the way it mixed all the different types of worlds that you went to, from like gothic horror to sci-fi to sort of like planets and stuff.
Yeah. Right, next. I think this is the vampire game.
Blood of the Dawnwalker, by any chance?
Yeah, Blood of the Dawnwalker. This looks fucking awesome, man.
Can you guess when it's out?
September 24th?
No, it's not September 24th, but it is September.
3rd of September, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Close enough, though. Same month. Looks this looks really,
I mean,
cool.
I've been interested in this since it was obviously announced. like about a year or so back.
See, I don't think when it was announced, they didn't really show much of it, but like on this...
No, it was just a CG trailer.
Yeah.
It was just a CG trailer of obviously a guy trying to protect a little girl from like people that are hunting them down, and then they get saved by vampires.
I'm getting some Witcher vibes from this trailer, you know, from some of the gameplay.
It's ex CD Projekt Red developers.
Oh, that'll be why then. Hopefully this will be good then, because yeah, like some of the open areas that are teased in the trailer that where the main characters fight look fucking awesome. So
apparently, from what I've worked out, it's supposed to be like an open world where you're basically hunting down the different vampire lords that have taken over different parts of the realm.
Yeah,
and are basically ruling by fear over the populace, and it's up to you to like take them down in whichever order you see fit. But it has like story ramifications and things like that dependent as well, which makes it weird that we first saw the first part of this trailer being set in modern times.
Yeah.
And obviously everything we'd seen up to that point was in like the past.
Yeah. Yeah, looks cool. So there's going to be different time periods, as you say, and traveling different. Yeah, that'd be cool.
I don't think it is, though. I think that's just setting up some other narrative.
You reckon so?
Because I think, yeah, my friend said that they've talked before about it being a series of games.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Oh, it looks cool though, man. I'm really excited for this. So, 3rd of September.
There's a nice chunky £200 collector's edition if you want.
No. My days of spending silly money on collector's editions are long gone, mate, unfortunately.
Give me the cloth map and the soundtrack.
Oh, I missed
and
those.
the art book.
Right, let's move on. Star Wars Zero Company. This is an XCOM style Star Wars game, which I think looks quite interesting. I do like an XCOM type game, so
there's not too many of them about either, really.
There hasn't been a game like that for quite a while, has there? For quite a long time. You are right. What was because I did a Gears of War one. Cool, that came out years back. So, and XCOM's been a long time, but yeah, this looks quite interesting. An interesting addition to the Star Wars universe. So,
I think Midnight Suns was XCOM-y, wasn't it?
Yeah, maybe. Yes.
Marvel's Midnight Suns.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like you control like different units of people and stuff.
Yeah.
And obviously the universe of stories.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it looks cool, mate. So, no matter how concerned, if you know what XCOM is, you'll know what this is. They also announced an Among Us TV show, which I thought was quite interesting. And a new game as well, Among Us On Guard, which is a single-player Among Us story game, which I thought was a bit weird, but interesting indeed.
I mean, Among Us has been going for time, hasn't it?
And it's very popular.
It was popular even before it really got popular. It had been around for, I think, a year or so before, all the streamers started playing it.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, Among Us On Guard, it's called. So that's pretty awesome. Next was a game that I think looked a bit meh. Probably one of the very few games I thought looked meh. Oh no, I've missed a game. Sorry, I'll go on to the meh game after. Monster Hunter Wild Descendants DLC was announced. Well, it's not DLC, it is a massive expansion. That's what it says in the trailer.
Yeah.
massive expansion, guys. So, I haven't got the game. I know you've got it. I don't know how popular it still is, but I think that's quite interesting.
It's definitely something I'll pick up at some point. Like I said, I haven't even finished the original game yet.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it's cool. At least they're still supporting it. Good old Capcom. Good times. Next was Hot Wheels Infinite Rush. This is the one I thought looked a bit meh.
It was leaked before the show as well.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay.
Because I've definitely seen pictures online of like the duck cars going along the road.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, but yeah, these games, I don't know, they must sell all right because this is like the third one in recent years. So,
just generally not the target audience. It's the kind of thing you can buy for your kid at Christmas, isn't it? With the machine or whatnot.
Yeah. So there's that. Next game, Attack on Titan 3. I didn't realise there'd been 2 games before this, to be honest. I had no idea.
Well, there's been 3 already. Wow. There was AOT 1, AOT 2, and AOT Final Battle, or AOT 2 Final Battle.
Right.
I think it was called, and then obviously this one, which finishes the whole series off because it only went up to a point in each game.
Okay. Interesting. But yeah, it looks all right, I guess, if you're into that. Next announcement shocked, I think, everybody because it's been a long time since the first game. Wolf Among Us 2 was announced.
I'd heard they were working on it, though.
Oh, really? I had no idea.
Yeah. Well, there was rumours that they were working on it and there was going to be a little bit of a Telltale revival.
Nice.
And yeah, they finally showed it.
Yeah, because it's been
alongside a remake of the original.
Yes, because I think the original was 360.
It was.
Yeah, so it's been quite a long time since that. So that's pretty cool, man. There's no official release date. It just says next year. But for Wolf Among Us 2 remastered, I believe is out this year at some point. But yeah, I think that's cool because the first game was really fun. So yeah, cool. Next was Stellar Blade Blood Rain, which was a surprise because obviously the first Stellar Blade was Sue's. Well, shouldn't really be a surprise because obviously it was the first game was really popular, right? And
yeah,
you know, I thought it was fucking fantastic. So yeah, the next game's been announced. I did the trailer, but you play as a completely different character on this one, set in a different place as well, because this looks like set on a planet with a very busy city and transport network, etc.
Yeah, far more urban rather than sort of like the wasteland of the original.
Yes. Looks cool though. I mean, I'm intrigued. I mean, I love the first game. I think
it looks good. It's got a beautiful visual style to it.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
Just rewatching the bit when it switches to gameplay and she starts moving through the crowds at the train station.
Yeah.
And the train's actually like venting smoke and stuff as well.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Steam and etc. going across, and all looked really, really well made.
Yeah, for sure. No release date on this at all. Not even a year. But yeah,
could be the end of next year, maybe.
Yeah,
or following.
Yeah. So yeah, so far, I mean, we're near the end now, but pretty much most of the games.
I will say, I wasn't actually aware of this, but obviously the original Stellar Blade, it was a PlayStation exclusive for about a year,
yes,
or 9 months or something.
Yeah.
The person responsible for actually bringing that to PlayStation and getting all that put through was Shuhei Yoshida.
Okay. Does he not work there anymore, or?
No, he was sacked.
Oh. Well, that's no good, is it?
It came out recently that he was basically fired because he wouldn't go along with what the new head of like the PlayStation platform wanted to do.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And this is probably as well why Shift Up have gone like, well, no, we'll just produce the next game and put it out ourselves.
Yeah. There seems to be a running theme with PlayStation, as we'll get on to in a minute. games that were once exclusive or had deals for, say, a year or so are no longer happening by the looks of things, which I think is a good thing, to be honest. Fuck 'em. Next thing that they announced was the Year 4 DLC for Street Fighter 6. I'm really excited for this because one of the characters announced, and it has been rumoured, but now it's been officially announced, Tifa is coming to Street Fighter 6, which is fucking awesome because she's a proper badass. So, yeah, I'm proper excited for that, to be honest.
She was rumoured to be coming to Tekken like a lot longer than Street Fighter.
Really? Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, like, apparently the Tekken community wasn't too happy.
Wow, I bet.
And also, it seems that the actual Street Fighter community isn't very happy either with this announcement.
Really?
Because there's not a single returning character.
Yeah, because they're all like, I don't recognise any of those other characters.
Basically, it's 2 brand new characters.
Yeah.
A third character who is technically, air quotes, brand new, but they were already in the game.
Right.
In the story mode, it's basically you go through the story mode where you join a gym and you're training alongside another guy, and he obviously goes down a different path.
Yeah.
It's him.
Oh, is that Bosch, is it?
Basically, yeah, Bosch, yeah.
Right, okay.
So he's technically already in the game. But yeah, people were hoping for like Vega, Dudley, Makoto, Sakura.
Yeah.
Like Dan, like just various like well-known traditional characters, which is usually a good pull for buying the path. So it almost feels like shit. We're going to have to pull something out of the bag here, Tifa.
Yeah.
So they pretty much know everyone's probably going to buy the pass for Tifa. But even quite a lot of the community people, I was actually shocked, feel similar to me in the sense of where they're like, as much as I like Tifa in the game, I'd rather have an actual Street Fighter character.
Yeah.
In the past than a guest character from another franchise.
Well, you can just buy the characters separate as well, though. You don't have to buy the full pass.
You can, but they end up in the game. Like, it's the same thing with everything. It's like, even if I don't want to play as a certain character, when I'm playing through the game mode, you bump into them.
Right, okay.
When you're playing for arcade and stuff, and obviously other people use them.
Yeah.
And it's always like slightly immersion breaking in that aspect when you run into that.
Yeah.
It did that for me initially on things like Killer Instinct when I started turning it into almost like a Xbox Smash Bros. Having like General Ram in there.
Right.
And the Arbiter and sort of random characters.
Yeah.
Rather than like, where's the other Killer Instinct characters, please?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a decent announcement, but yeah, people just seemed disappointed that a lot of the characters they built up that were going to finally make an appearance.
Yeah.
Never did.
So there's that, and obviously the show ended with a huge announcement, which I was so excited for. I was so excited I had to drop out of the Discord chat just to soak it in without the distractions. I thought
you was just pissed off.
No.
Because I remember just before you going something like, you guys are like 10 seconds ahead of me, this sucks, like keep it down, I don't want to be spoiled on what's coming up. And then it was just not long after, like, oh my god, it's Final Fantasy. And then we looked and it's like, oh, he's just dropped.
No, I wanted to soak it in.
Ruined it again. Yeah.
So Final Fantasy VII Revelation, which is the final part of the Final Fantasy VII remake trilogy. And wow, what a way to end this year's show. I am so hyped for this. Like, what they showed, man, has got me really excited. It's better than what I imagined it would be, to be honest. From the beginning of the new game, you get access to the high wind to fly around the map. But I thought it would be flying around the map and then just having to fast travel to the towns. But you can fly.
Or having to find a certain place to land.
Yeah.
Like, you can't get on that island because you can't land your ship there.
Yeah. But on this, you can pretty much just fly anywhere and just jump out and just land anywhere on the map.
I actually wonder if this is them. It's going to be interesting because I actually wonder if this is them getting around the golden chocobo situation.
Maybe.
Obviously needing that to be able to run freely around the world and get into all the areas.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe, but
yeah, people can't be complaining about this because people have obviously been waiting. Not that long, to be fair.
No.
It's only been like about a year and a half.
Yeah.
Since the last one, so it came out.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 years.
Couple of years, but
yeah, then they just was like, yeah, here's tons of stuff, rather than just like, it's a minute and a half trailer, catch you later.
Yeah, but Rebirth only just released on Switch and Xbox this year. So,
yeah.
But what I'm really...
They're coming out now, aren't they?
Well, they're out because they're out on Switch now. Though Rebirth came out on Xbox
was it a couple of weeks back, was it?
Yeah, and it came out on Xbox, I think, January, February time.
Yeah.
But what I'm hyped for with this, and what I think is amazing, is that it's not a PlayStation exclusive for a year before anything else. It's coming out on all platforms on launch day, including the Switch 2. So that's PlayStation, Xbox, Switch 2 and PC all on the same day, which I think is the right move. And I'm really happy about that, to be honest. So I've rebought the first game of the trilogy on Xbox this morning. I've been playing through it today, because the good thing about buying these games on Xbox is it has Xbox Play Anywhere, so I can also play it on my PC and carry it on between the two platforms. So that's how I'm going to be buying the next game as well. Also, they announced that if you have save data from the previous two games, you get extra items in the third game. This game looks fucking massive, Darren. Like, I've watched quite a bit about it today. Like, you got the whole map. You can visit all the towns, like that we, in towns and cities that we didn't visit in the last couple of games, like Wutai. As I say, like, you can fly anywhere on the map, jump out. There's new characters to play. You can play as Vincent and Sid, and both the characters look really cool, especially Vincent with his guns and being able to change into like that werewolf type monster, which is really cool. Sid has his long pikey stick thing, which is really cool. But they've also changed up some of the mechanics in this. So unlike the previous two games and the original game, they've added a job system to it.
Yes.
Which basically changes the outfits of your characters. So like Tifa, they showed off as that as an example. Instead of being a fighter, you could change it to be like a black mage, and then her outfit changes, and then she can cast loads of spells, which is one of the examples that they have showed. And I think that's a really cool addition to change up the game slightly. As I say, I'm just really excited for being able to explore the open world, because obviously Rebirth had really good exploration, but it wasn't obviously up to that kind of level that I was kind of expecting. If you think of the original Final Fantasy VII on the PS1, you did get to a point on the High Wind where you could obviously explore anywhere on the planet and just do whatever, obviously with simple graphics. But looks like in this one, they've reimagined that level of exploration, but with fucking awesome modern day graphics. So I'm guessing there's going to be loads of hidden collectibles around the world and secret materials.
Well, most of the materials, most of some of the best summons are hidden, like areas of the map.
Yeah,
that you need certain things to access.
Yeah. So I'm hyped for this, mate. Like I'm gonna replay both the first two games before this comes out, just to kind of get it back in my mind, because I think it's quite interesting, obviously, with some of the changes they've done to the story, especially like I kind of forgotten. Like, remember in the first game, I had those whispers of fate or whatever the fuck they're called, and they don't want to change things, but you didn't really see them too much in the second game. But obviously you did play as Zack a little bit and saw a little bit of the alternate universe. It'd be interesting to see how that implements into the final game and how that plays out towards the end of it. Yeah, man. But as I say, the most thing I'm hyped about is obviously the new playable characters, the exploration with the High Wind, and just how fucking amazing exploring this massive world is going to be. And I do ponder if we're going to be able to go back and visit Midgar and explore that again. So
it showed the outskirts.
Yes, just the outskirts. So, but mate, I have high expectations for this. I hope it lives up to them. But from what they've shown me, I'm excited. Really am, and I'm just really glad that it's not restricted to one platform for a year. I think this is going to prove to Square that this is going to sell so fucking well, being on everything straight away. So, yeah, I was kind of hoping like this was the one, and for me, this was the one game that I just really wanted to see at Summer Games Fest, and showing it at the end, I was like, fuck yes! I'm fucking so excited, you know? So good. So fucking good, mate. I'm sorry, I've not let you have a word in. I'm just excited.
No, it's fine. Absolutely fine. Like I said, I haven't basically played Rebirth. It's still in its packaging.
You need to get on it, mate.
I have yet to experience at some point.
Yeah, you need to get on it before this comes out. And obviously, you got a PS5 Pro, mate, so you got the best version for consoles to play. So you need to do it, mate. You need to do it. You can't let me finish it twice before you've even played it once. I know.
So much to play, so little time.
I know. So yeah, just to round off though, I think obviously Final Fantasy VII Revelation was the highlight for me of Summer Games Fest. Obviously, they showed off a lot of games there that I think look really, really good. Just I'll run through them quickly, just read them out. Resident Evil Veronica, Cuphead, Alien Isolation 2, Gen Atlas, Blood Message, Hex, Stranger Than Heaven, the new Turtles, Ronin, Crossfire, Control Restraint, Star Wars, Virtual Fighter, 1666, Amsterdam, Saw, Genesis, Blood of the Dawnwalker, Star Wars, Zero Company, Wolf Among Us 2, Stellar Blade, Street Fighter DLC, and Final Fantasy were kind of definitely my highlights of the show, and that's a lot of highlights that just goes to show I think the strength of this year's show, because we watch all the shows, and a lot of the time we come out of the show saying, well, that was a bit meh, and that happens a lot. But I came out of this show like really excited for this year and next year's games, which is really good, you know. So yeah, I think that's it, mate. It's just a shame, as I say, that the PlayStation show was just a bit meh. There was some good stuff there, as we say, but like as we've mentioned, the exclusives, the Sony Studios games just look a bit shite, which is a shame. But
in our opinion,
of course, yeah. But there's a lot to be excited for in general, multi-platform wise, for games that are coming out on all the platforms anyway. So it doesn't matter what system you have. There's loads of games coming that I think are going to be great. So yeah, there's a lot to be excited for, I think, in the future, which is awesome. What was your highlight, mate?
I haven't really got a massive standout that's got me like super screamingly excited, to be honest.
Fair enough.
I'd be way more hyped for, obviously, the new Final Fantasy if I'd played the last one and obviously knew where the story was up to the point, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You need to play it, mate. I'm so surprised you've not played it yet, being a massive Final Fantasy fan yourself.
I know.
You need to get on it.
It's just been like, there's been a lot of good games that have sort of come out.
I know.
That I've enjoyed playing.
Yeah.
And obviously it's always there. It's not going anywhere. It's not going to go offline.
Yeah.
Oh, they're about to show more of... I'm actually currently watching the Future Games show, which is on.
Oh, really? I didn't even know that was on tonight.
They're just about to show more of 1616, that Amsterdam game.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's on at the moment. It's being hosted. I think Troy Baker's one of the hosts.
Can I actually get the official fucking thing? Not some.
It's on FGS.
Oh, I found it. I found on where some fucking dude was sitting in the corner watching it. Like, why do I want to watch a show? Watch someone watch a show. I just want to watch the show.
Yeah, I generally, if I do that, I'll do it after I've watched it myself.
Yeah.
It's just to watch how other people react to, obviously, certain announcements and stuff.
Yeah. Cool. Anything else you want to mention on both these shows, Darren? Are you good?
But they were good. There's a lot of good games shown.
Yeah.
Like, I can't complain about that. I'd say there's a lot more good games shown that interest me this year than in some of the recent years we've had.
Yeah, for sure. I certainly agree on that. What was your thoughts? I know obviously you're a bit down on a PlayStation show yourself. I mean, as a predominant PlayStation gamer yourself, are you a little bit concerned, or are you just like, fuck it, I've got loads of games to play anyway, I don't care?
It's just loads of games to play anyway, to be fair. And obviously a lot of the games I'm looking forward to, they're coming to PlayStation anyway.
Yeah, makes sense.
It's where hard drive space is free and stuff and whatnot.
Yeah, for sure. No, makes sense.
And then I'll just pick up the odd exclusive that appeals to me when they do.
Yeah.
Like we all do, really.
Indeed. Yeah, for sure. Cool. Well, on that note, mate, I think we end it here. It's been good.
Cool.
Thank you very much for coming on. It's a shame you can't come on tomorrow to talk about the Xbox show, but I know you're obviously going to be super tired. And
early to bed, early to rise for pretty much the next bunch of weeks, mate.
Yeah, so I think I might be doing tomorrow's on my own because I don't think Peebs is going to watch the Xbox show, so I'm not going to. Obviously, he says he said that he's available, but I don't think he's going to watch the show, so it's going to be pointless to have him on. So, and Nick and Graham don't watch the shows either, so it's going to be me, I think. So that's fine. I can talk to myself for an hour. It's fine. All good. Right, on that happy note, thank you, Darren, for coming on. It's been awesome.
No worries.
And yeah, guys, if you're listening to this and you've made it to the end of this week's show, thank you very much. Well, today's show, reminder, there is going to be another episode out tomorrow, which will be all about the Xbox event. So make sure you check that out. That will be episode 781. So for me and Darren, it's been awesome. We will see you we'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.